up, guys? We are back with another reaction video. This time we're checking out the legend himself, Kobe Bean Bryant. Now, he's one of the most motivating people of all time. I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan, and Kobe stole a lot of his moves from Michael Jordan. He was a great inspiration. But yeah, we're going to check out a video called The Greatest Compilation of Kobe Moments, told by NBA players and legends. I've never seen this before, and this is going to give us a little sneak peek into Kobe Bryant's mindset. Let me just jump into it, see what it's all about, alright? Let's do it.
Guys are on the court out there, and I've asked a number of the guys this. Are you guys talking stuff to each other when you're out there playing and competing?
Sometimes.
The rest of the screw. Put your hands on me.
And some of it, I think, is that he emulated some of the things that MJ did as well, because MJ was a terror in practice.
Yeah, he's hard on
his teammates.
100%.
It was the first time, you know, you look at somebody and you can't tell if he's looking at you. Like, he looking dead at me, but I'm like, I don't know if he sees me. I think I'm just like not relevant enough for him, but he couldn't see me, and I felt it.
You know what I mean? And when you want to talk about the swagger, oof, I mean, Kobe had it. But as a competitor, I knew that Kobe was the one for me that I had. If I wanted to be great, that I had to get on the level of Kobe Bryant.
The entire crowd was watching him, you know? Like that's the reach that he had.
Every once in a while,
you would see flashes.
Yeah, then he would say some shit. Then the whole room was like.
I still couldn't stop it, and I knew what he was about to do over and over and over again, you know? And that's a part of his greatness, man.
Yeah, look at him.
You know what? That's
loves this time, relishes it. And he and Gerald Wallace are having a conversation. That's Kobe and Gerald Wallace going at each other.
He's betting $50,000 on a free throw.
They're still talking to him. They're still having a conversation. As Kobe's about to shoot the biggest free throw.
Oh man, that's cold. That is cold.
4.8 to play.
Holy cow. Could you imagine that? That's people's yearly salary, betting on a freaking free throw.
And that's not like, people think those stories are like not real. Like, those stories are real.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Rumor has it, the story
Ron
where
Butler.
Kobe was playing against the 76ers, and Andre Iguodala had done a great job on him. Held him to like 7 for 20 shoot. So he literally went, when they went back to Philadelphia, he had that date marked on his calendar.
So he came to the locker room, and he was like, where's Dre? And I was on the court working out, getting ready for the game. And it was Lewis Williams. It was like, he told Lewis Williams, he said, tell Dre 50 tonight. So I come out to the locker room, and Lou Williams was like, yo, Dre, Kobe said 50 tonight. I'm like, I'm always ready to play against Kobe, so I'm like, okay, this will be a good matchup. Excited about it. So 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. He has 49, and they're about like 20, and he gets subbed out. So he got 49 with 6 minutes to go. The game was over. So that was an interesting night. I actually went back and I tracked that game. He made like 3 threes from like where it says Staple on the side of the court. He made like 3 threes from like the P and Staples, which was like far. So yeah, and then we got a lot of pick and roll action. I'll never forget that game.
That is freaking wild.
The stories, I remember USA Basketball.
Blake Griffin.
First practice, you know, he was like, he looked like, I don't want to say old, but he looked like, I was like, man, am I seeing like the end, you know, it's like he's starting to decline. I didn't tell anybody that, I would never say that out loud. But I was just thinking that in my head, you know, because he just wasn't moving, you know, as well as he was. He's missing a lot of shots. Middle of summer, so whatever. But then I found out he had gone on like a 40-mile bike ride at like 11 p.m. that night. Got in at like 2 a.m. and then he was in the weight room when I got down there at 7:30. So, you know, it was funny to me, very fitting to me. That was like in my head. I was too scared to say it to anybody else, but I was like, man, am I seeing like the decline? I was like, oh no, he's just worked out for 40 hours straight.
40-mile bike ride. That's
I heard a story about early on in your career, you wore them. Obviously, you've been wearing them since the 12th grade. When you played against Kobe, did you wear his shoes or did you wear a different shoe?
So early on, I remember who said something to me. I'm gonna ask Vince if you remember this. I remember Vince was like, when you play against Kobe, do you wear shoes? I'm like, no, I haven't yet. Like, why? Like, nah, you don't supposed to wear them your opponent's shoe or blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, all right. So next time I played Kobe, I wore some Jordans. It's the wrong fucking thing I should have did. As soon as I walked on the court, As soon as I walked on the court, Cole was like, "Oh, that's what we doing, motherfucker," and didn't say nothing to me the rest of the game. Right?
Hey, you just sounded so much like him right there when he said that. That's what we doing, motherfucker. Yeah, you sounded just like Kobe right there, dude. That's crazy as hell. He was off you, huh? He was off. Did he bust your ass too?
What, man? And that game, I swear to God, you can find the game too, bro. I remember I had hit somebody hit a shot, put us up like 1. They called a timeout in front of our bench. This motherfucker walked past our bench while we was in the huddle, said, "You left me too much time." Came out, hit the fucking game winner, right? So I was like, man. So after the game, I talked to him. He was like, "Damn, man, my bad. You know, blah blah blah."
That's what's up. That's a crazy ass story. That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's
I
what we doing,
I don't think I never told that. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, but hey, I swear to God that was him when you said it, because he done said that plenty of times. That shit was crazy.
See, that's the thing. Olympics, you're going against Kobe Bryant. You can't wear your competitor's shoes. But then again, Kobe Bryant takes any little thing as a little slight, just so it gets more motivation.
This is when I knew Kobe was a monster, though. You hear about it, but you really, if you don't see it, you really, really don't know. And so we get into a city, one of the cities, very late. And immediately we all go to the gym, you know. All my guys, it's Melo, it's me, it's Brian, it's Kobe. Like, we all go to the gym, we all get our work in. It's real late. And so after we get done getting our work in, me and my guys, we say, hey, like, let's meet for breakfast in the morning. Like, if you can't sleep, whoever first one wake up, hit us up, we're gonna go eat. And so we do that. We probably get like 3 hours of sleep. You can't sleep much when you're traveling across the world, you know, like we were traveling. And we probably get like 3 hours of sleep, and we wake up, we go down to where the food is. As we walking down, you know, slubbing with sleep in our eyes, Kobe Bryant is sitting there with ice on his knees already, right? So we walk up to Kobe, we like, Kobe, what's up? And he was like, yeah, man, I just finished the workout, and I'm about to go do another one. And at that moment, I was like, wait, hold on. We just worked out about 3 hours ago, you know what I mean? And like, you've done another workout and you about to go do another one? That's when I was like, okay, I got to get my stuff together. I got to get my shit together. Because this dude right here is on a whole different level than even I'm on. And I'm supposed to be great, right? So that's the kind of person he was. And that's how he drove me. You know what I mean? Like, just little stuff like that. I went back and said, okay, that means I got to work hard and I got to do more. So yeah, I just wanted to share that little anecdote. That's great. He's a beast, man.
He had a lot of respect for guys who busted their butts, you know, every single day, being if they were very talented or not. But if you came to work every single day and you didn't bag down to him, because he would test you. You know, that's the one thing I loved about it. He would test guys in practice.
How would he test them?
Oh, elbowing them, talking to them, you know, telling them they can't guard him. You know, you got this guy out here and this guy can't hold my jock. You know, but I mean, he would talk so much stuff, and he would really just to see how you're going to react.
That's the thing. Hold on. That's the thing. If you're battle testing these people every freaking day in practice, making their life a nightmare, when it comes to like Game 7 of the finals, they're not nervous whatsoever because they've been through this 100 times already. Kobe and Jordan, they were smart. They understood this. That's why they made this a nightmare for them. They probably weren't happy in the moment, but later on they were.
You know, and some of it I think is that he emulated some of the things that MJ did as well, because MJ was a terror in practice.
Yeah, he's hard on guys.
He was hard on his teammates.
Yeah.
But then they were ready. Come showtime, they
you know, and you know, even the last 2 years I had him here, you know, I wouldn't allow him to practice much, but there was days where he was like, well, B, let me just scrimmage. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. So, you know, we're going to scrimmage at about this time. Come on back out, you know, get yourself back loose, and I'm going to let you scrimmage. And he would be in the scrimmage talking the whole time to guys, to Nick Young and to Jeremy Lins and Carlos Boozers, and I would sit there sometimes and say, guys, you not going to say nothing back?
What started that back and forth though?
It was like a testing day for Kobe to test like Jeremy Lin, test me, and test like Wesley Johnson and other guys. So like from the start, he was killing Jeremy Lin. Like, I guess he wanted Jeremy Lin to be something he wasn't, but he was killing from the start of the practice. I don't know why we got him. Why is he here? He had one good year talking crazy. Like, but during the practice, I'm up here like, Jeremy Lin, come on, man. we can't go out like this. We ain't going out like this. Not
Good.
today.
That should have motivated him to like step up to the challenge.
I'm getting mad like German. Come on, man. Kobe, y'all soft like Sherman. I can't even get better practicing with y'all.
Soft like Sherman.
And he would do it to just see which of these guys he could be in that foxhole with.
That's the thing. We just tested him. That's what you want to see from a leader. If you're in practice taking it easy, come showtime, they're not going to show up.
That's when I was like, all right, Cole, you talking too much. You can't guard me. Guard me. He was guarding Jeremy Lin. Guard me. Yeah, guard me.
Hey, that part.
Yeah, guard me. And then we start going back and forth. I said nobody in the world could guard me. Cause
That's
Gil was
where it
teaching
comes
me.
from.
Cause I said nobody in the world could guard me.
He said like,
lucky I'm not from this world.
damn, hey, he good, bro. He too
That's a
quick.
lie.
So we going back and forth. It was fun. Then the next day, you know, we won the game. And he was like praising us and all that type of shit.
I love when you waved them off. I think it was against the Spurs.
Yeah.
You
That
shot
was the game. That was right after that.
Oh,
that was right after that. In the interview, I said,
But
I
I
said
feel
something
like
about the Sherman tissue or something like that.
You know, from the yesterday practice, you know, Kobe talking all that trash kind of inspired me today. So, but
yeah,
soft like Sherman.
but I feel like crazy respect crazy. Like Nick's got that mentality.
Yeah.
That like, yo, I'm gonna still shoot. I'm gonna play
You
my
need
game,
that.
and Kobe understands that.
Yeah.
You know, which of these guys I can trust to have my back when I'm on the court?
was a
with?
test.
It's a test.
Yeah.
And he was always, you know, testing guys in that way to try to find out, you know, which of these guys I can trust and go to battle with.
It's an old saying. I would rather be a warrior. The old saying, I would rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. That's basically what Kobe's doing. He wants to make sure these guys are ready for war.
And the Lakers lead with 7.4.
You got to toughen him up.
Young sixth, triple of the
He would have been a great head coach.
Like we had a he gonna be mad at me for this, but look, we had a blowout. We got blew out in Portland.
We was getting blew out in Portland. So everybody, Kobe's in the locker room just waiting for everybody to come in. And you know everybody down there got Kobe's on the team, so
Yeah.
he come in.
And he came in the locker room and he was like, from now on out, every time down the court, I touch the ball. Y'all gonna learn what it's like to play with Kobe Bean fucking Bryant.
How y'all gonna wear these shoes and y'all soft? That ain't what we do here in LA. So I'm not thinking nothing of it. He tells everybody to take their shoes off, their Kobe's off. I'm like, what?
Okay. Oh, this motherfucker serious.
It's dead ass serious.
But
Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, what's wrong with you? Nah, take them off. Take them off.
and so Nick Young playful ass. We shower and shit. We come back.
And y'all did?
And we took them off.
Did y'all throw him in the middle of like the...
in the middle of foul, like foul law, he just started grabbing
Make no
people's
mistake.
shoes.
Make no mistake. This Lakers team was absolute trash. They were garbage. But because of Kobe Bryant, they were like mediocre. Like they were borderline playoffs. If Kobe wasn't there, they would have been one of the worst teams in the NBA. Probably the worst. That just goes to show. Even at his late age, he was probably late 30s, and he was still carrying that team. He was still the star of the show.
He threw them all in the trash.
Oh,
And
wow.
He's like, y'all don't deserve these.
We shower and shit. We come back. Nick walk in the locker room talking about, y'all better throw that motherfucker the ball or it's going to be some shit around here.
Straight up.
Like, Nick never took anything serious, though.
Which y'all start coming with, yeah, come back in LeBrons and stuff like that.
What'd y'all say? Did anyone...
Man, I ain't gonna wear those anyway.
Yeah.
But we had just got the shit kicked out of us and Cole wasn't going for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I just think mentally, like, he meant that shit.
My Kobe story is we were in the player lounge. There was a couple of us
I don't know who she is.
and we're playing spades, and he kind of came in And we were drinking a little wine, playing some spades, just chilling. And he came in, sat down, poured himself a glass, and he was kind of like reading a paper. So this is 2008. So they had just lost to the Celtics in the
prime
finals,
Kobe.
like
Kobe in his prime,
tragically,
I'd say.
if memory serves. And so he opens up the paper, and there's like this article about it, and there's a picture of Paul Pierce. So I see it. We kind of are, and you know, like it's Kobe Bryant. Listen, it's 2008. We're all sitting there. Fucking Kobe Bryant sits down and pours a glass of wine. We're like, what the fuck, you know? And then we look over, and he's tearing out the picture of Paul Pierce. So he cuts it out and he folds it up. He puts it in his pocket, and like we're all looking at him, you know, like what's going on? He's like, motivation. We're like, oh, cool. And then he proceeded to like chug his wine, pour another glass, chug it, poured the third, and he was like, basically like, he looks over and he's like, now I'm one ahead of you guys. We were like, okay.
That is great. That is such a great story. So when I hear those stories about Kobe, and I hear them from so many people, I'm like, yo, was he really like, was some of it performance art? Like some of it was like, I've got to
I feel like
live
Kobe
up to
doesn't
this
care about that
reputation.
stuff.
Like, who does that?
The show, The
He
Real
just
World.
wants to win.
Yes. That used to be on MTV. Yeah. Kobe was a rookie.
Arn was my agent as well, and I was the elder statesman of the firm. And Arn called me up and was like, you know, do you mind talking to this young kid and show him what the NBA is all about and how to conduct yourself? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll talk to this kid.
We were set to play a game of basketball versus the real world cast. It was shot in Hollywood, and all I remember is Gail continuing to say to me, when you guys get there, you're going to get there before the cast of Real World. All Kobe wants to do is play you one-on-one. He just wants to play you one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one. I'm like, look, I'm 10 years in. This is 96, 97 year, that summer. So he had 1 year in. So I'm 10 years in. I'm not going to play this young cat one-on-one. I'm like, all right, I'll play a soft game of one-on-one versus him, but our focus should be going against the real world cast. So we get there, and we're playing soft one-on-one, and, you know, I'm doing my step-back jumper. I know you've alluded to this before. And he's like, how do you do that move? And, you know, I kind of show him because I was trying to take things from him as well. He had this killer crossover. I'm like, well, how do you do that? So we're exchanging our go-to moves.
Well, a conversation turned into text messages and phone calls every day. Because, like you said, he was gathering information.
Reggie Miller, one of the best shooters of all time.
The Bulls in the conference finals, and he was like, so what was it like going against Jordan?
He wanted to be bigger than life. And at that time, that person bigger than life, and still is Michael Jordan. And I didn't have a very strong relationship with MJ. But Kobe wanted to know what was all the intricate talking and trash talking and moves that were going on between MJ and I.
What did you do? Like, what were your game plans? What was this? I was like, man, that black cat, there was no answer for him, man. We tried this, we tried that. That black cat was doing this and that.
And I'm thinking to myself, what does this kid want to know about all this MJ talk for? There's only one black cat, you know, because I referred to call Michael Jordan or Jordan. I always called him the black cat. It's like the black cat was, you know, we were doing this, and I'm talking to Kobe. And I'm like, Kobe. He's like, you know what?
Like, you know what? Well, you better get ready for the caramel cat because he's coming. So before the Black Mamba, his nickname was the Caramel Cat.
I'm thinking, this young 17-year-old, I'm talking about the greatest ever. He says, you're going to refer to me as the Caramel Cat.
That's how much confidence he had back then. This is like 1 year into it. He's like, well, you better forget the black cat. You better get ready for the Caramel Cat because he's coming.
And I thought about it. I'm like, fast forward 2 or 3 years later, it was 2-1. And then game 4 that you mentioned, you fouled out. I'm thinking, you know, you already had 50 and 25. Great.
That's a loose ball foul on Shaq. That'll be number 6. What a big play.
3 years later in the NBA Finals, that same move that I was showing him in my step back, He hit in Game 3 after Shaq fouled out.
Reggie Miller, the marquee matchup we talked about. Look at Reggie Miller squaring him up. These two guys played one-on-one all summer in L.A. Kobe takes it between his leg. He pulls it back,
awesome.
hits the jumper, and then sort of gives it.
Only Kobe would have the audacity to
As
use
he's
his
running down the court, pats me on the butt and says, "You never should have showed me that step back. I'm going to kill this young kid."
Come on, this dude is way too cold. They just don't make athletes like this anymore. He was just a straight up an assassin. He didn't want to win. He wanted to destroy and dominate you. And what I did like is how they emphasized the practice, because without the practice, there is no Kobe Bryant. He would put in more hours than anyone else. He would have 3-4 workouts a day. Everyone else is getting 2, max. He just could not catch up to his workload. And Blake Griffin, is this the decline of Kobe Bryant? Nah, son. Get out of here. He could be 70 years old. He'd still beat you in a one-on-one. He was so funny to watch. And he had charisma. He just worked harder than anyone else. And he studied the game like a science. He didn't have a big head saying, "Oh, I'm the best ever. I'm the best in the world." No. He took lessons from everyone that he played with. He studied them, like, okay, that worked. I'm going to use that in my own way. Kind of like the Bruce Lee quote about water. It's like, be like water. If water flows, you flow. If water crashes, you crash. And you accept what works and reject what doesn't work. Kobe was all about that. These stories are freaking crazy. Nick Young talking trash to one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Nah, son, I ain't from this world. It's a freaking great line. Kobe Bryant, holy cow. You are missed, my man. You are definitely missed. One of my favorite players of all time. I could watch this guy all day. He's just so entertaining. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I should react to next. I'll be happy to do it. Have a great day, everybody. Take it easy.